Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it feel? How's it feel 24 hours out?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You come down here, it feels real. Just exciting times though, seeing all your friends. So yeah, once tomorrow comes, it'll be really cool.
Have you sort of settled in your mind, like seen what could play out, like, when you just close your eyes and think about what Friday night could be like?
It's been so busy. Honestly, not really. Yesterday, I went to Upper Deck, did a bunch of things, and just a big travel day. And I got here and I passed out when I got here. So I had a really good sleep last night, but the time change and stuff getting used to. So no, really haven't thought about anything, but just enjoying it while I can.
If it is the Islanders, have you been doing research on the organization? Do you feel like you've got a good handle of who they are and what they think of you?
Yeah, obviously, you look at teams. I know my agent has a bunch of clients. They're Bo Horvat. So, you talk to them down the road. A lot of people reached out when I lost, my mom and my billet mom. So, yeah, I know they got a great group and they have a great organization.
You told us that you'd be training with Pellick this summer. Have you talked to him at all recently?
Yeah, I've been training there a bunch. I haven't got to see him too much because my schedule has been super crazy with coming to the draft and everything. But, all summer I'll be working with him.
What do you know about, living in New York and all that would be and the pressures of New York? Have you asked anything about that?
No, I have not. I mean, I've been to New York once for a concert last summer. It's pretty cool. Like, I was downtown actually, so yeah, I haven't been to Long Island or anything, but I hear it's all really nice.
What'd you see?
Morgan Wallen. Yeah, so pretty good country singer. So I'm seeing him this summer. So excited.
What can you describe the position?
What's it going to be like to hear your name called?
Yeah, I mean everything. It's every kid's dream, and especially mine. And you work so hard up to this point, and to hear it, it's obviously really cool. But the work just starts now.
How can you describe the first contact that you had with Mathieu Dash, the new GM of the Islanders?
Yeah, it was really cool. He was a great guy. I've heard a lot of great things about him, and obviously he met, all the talks about him. So I'm really happy he got the GM job, happy for him, and yeah, a lot of great stuff coming for the organization.
What would it mean to you to be the first pick, to be the Islanders' first pick, with being a defenseman in that organization?
Yeah, like I said, I mean a lot. I want to get drafted, but I also want to be the best player. It's, a thing that comes to your mind. Obviously, you really can't control anything now. You just gotta enjoy the process, and you showed everything you had all season, and you had the combine, to meet everyone and just be yourself. So really, you just enjoy the process, and whatever happens, happens.
The fact that you played only 21 games so far this season, was there something that was like bothering you, meaning of it could cost me a couple of places at the draft, or the fact that you didn't play much?
Not really. When I was playing, I was just playing, putting my head down, work boots on, and going to work. And obviously, I left it all out there. Maybe if I didn't, it would. But no, I honestly, you play the game because you love it, and you just work as hard as you can.
What's it been like to have out here? I mean, obviously, dad, brother will be here.
About 30, I think. Yeah, there's quite a bit. A lot of cousins. I got my best friend. So yeah, there's a lot of people coming out, and then there's a party back at home at a pub they're doing. So it's filled. It's like but it's not crazy big, but so many people are going. So like, okay, well we'll squeeze everyone in quickly before. So yeah, no, it's super exciting.
You're a competitor. What's it been like to just not play and wait for this for the last 4 or 5 months?
Not fun at all. Like, no hockey player doesn't like playing hockey, and watching it's a lot more stressful. And I'm sitting there and I'm grabbing the desk and the chair I'm on, and I'm rocking and I'm trying to stand still, but I just want to be out there. But honestly, you just got to be a good teammate and help your team in any way possible, and that's what I tried to do.
What was it like with the World Juniors? Obviously, that was so disappointing, and then seeing the team kind of fall off after you got hurt.
Yeah, I was very sad after, and it wasn't because I was in pain. It was because I wanted to play for my team and my country. It's a big thing going to play for the World Juniors. I thought about it, since I was a little kid, and our country came out to support us. It was on home soil, so to miss out of a tournament like that, it's not fun. I mean, obviously a lot worse things can happen, but yeah, if I got to play in that tournament, I would have tried to help my team out in any way possible.
Can you tell fans what they're getting when they take you?
Yeah, I mean, great singer and dancer. No, no, on the ice, a two-way defenseman. That can play, all over the ice, power play, penalty kill, very competitive and loves to win. Off the ice, I love to talk, as you guys can tell. I'm a leader. But yeah, honestly, the fans mean a lot to me, and, if they want autographs or anything, which, I don't know why they would want one really, but But you know, if they do in pictures, I love taking the time because they come out to support us so much.
In 10 years, I'll remember that comment. I'll
Yeah,
get back to you in 10
yeah.
years.
Will you be able to be on ice Monday, regardless of which team drafts you at a summer development camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been skating, working out for the whole summer. I'm fully cleared, so yeah, I'm able to do anything.
How much pride do you just take in your defensive game? I know lots talked about your mobility, but just defensively.
Yeah, so I remember my first year in the OHL last year was I was more defensive and I didn't show my offensive ability, so everyone was questioning. They got to see my defensive side, and then I showed my offensive side this season a lot more. So I think that really showed I can play both ways.
I know, like
How's your physical game in the defensive end?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, I can improve, in a lot of ways, whether it's, physical game, there's always room to improve, and I'm always looking to improve.
They say obviously defensemen take longer to develop. Does it maybe help you that you do have that defensive game already?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I like to learn from a lot of guys. Mark Giordano is my D coach, so just hearing from him, he's been in the league a lot and he knows a lot. So just hearing from him, I think will help me a lot. When I come into the league.
When you talk to him about Patrick Waugh?
Yeah, or not really. I've skated with him a couple times, and it's just been a lot of stuff on the ice. And honestly, I like to pick his brain about his route to the OHL and NHL. And he didn't get drafted in both, but the work ethic he had, he puts his head down, and he's a great player, one of Norris. So it's pretty cool to have that guy in your corner.
But have you done your research on Patrick Waugh?
Yeah, when I was at the upper deck office yesterday, there was a lot of signed stuff from him, so it was pretty cool. So yeah.
When you were out injured, how much video work were you doing? How were you finding ways to get better when you couldn't skate and play?
Yeah, whenever I was able to, do a little bit more in the gym, I was always doing it. And obviously I had, watch my boundaries and not overstep, but I tried to go as much as I could without it hurting because I wanted to come back as soon as possible. But yeah, obviously I love, watching clips maybe from the World Juniors, what I could have been better. Like I said, maybe not hit the net, but there's a lot of things you can really improve.
What do you think tomorrow's going to be like? Just because it's a different kind of draft. I mean, it's not in a big arena with thousands of fans. It's going to be what have you been told? What are you expecting?
To me, a draft's a draft. So I know a lot of other people that have been to other drafts are saying that it's going to be different. But for me, this is my first draft, and I'm just looking forward to it.
How emotional, will it be for you? You have been outspoken about your mom and everything. Just what will be on your mind tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously, I wish she could be there. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'll be thinking about when I hear my name called, but I know she'll be smiling down. So, yeah, like I said, I wish she could be there. I know she's with me in spirit. I know my dad and brother will probably have some tears. I think I'm going to have some tears. We'll see, though. I mean, I guess time will tell.
What do you think what would she think about all this?
Yeah, I think she'd be very happy. I think she'd be crying as well. So, if maybe it starts to rain tomorrow, she could be crying. So, but no, yeah, she definitely have some happy tears for sure. But just all the days of me being able to shoot on her and everything, back then.
Left side or blocker side on her when you shoot?
Blocker side. Her girl's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like she likes the windmills and exaggerate it a bit, but.
How did you get hooked up with Mark Giordano? How did that sort of play out?
Yeah, so I work with Brian Marshall. He's my trainer in Mississauga, and Mark Giordano trained with him. And then he promised him that he'd be the D coach for all the guys. So it was perfect. I got a great trainer and a great D coach, so it worked out perfect.
What stood out to you about how we all watch Mark Giordano the player? How's Mark Giordano the coach? What does he focus on? What is he like?
He cares about you so much, and you can really go to any coach, but he knows exactly. There's so much brains behind all of his drills, but he's a great person. He wants me to do the best, so he's always pushing me to be better.
He's a big shot blocker. Is he giving you some tips on that?
100%. I want him to put on the equipment one day and teach me a couple things, maybe blow me up a couple times or something. So, but no, he's just been having just skates on no full equipment. So maybe I'll get him full equipment one day.
Is there anyone in the NHL that you try to model your game after, or someone that you like to look at and go, I'd like to play like that?
Yeah, obviously a lot of different guys. I want my game to be all around, like Kalmakar, Haskin, and those are two great guys to look at. Obviously, if I pick Mark Giordano, his D side of the game is like what I want to have. I want to have that all-around game where when I'm in the D zone, I'm shutting down. When I'm in the O zone, I'm dominating in the offensive zone. So yeah, there's a lot of things, that I want to improve. And like I said, I'm still working every day to, better my game to the best. And there's always going to be things to improve on. So yeah.
Has Pelly told you anything about what it's really like defending some of these guys in the NHL?
Yeah, he's a great defenseman. I haven't got into that much depth with him, but he's told me a lot of great things, and he's a great player, so it's pretty easy for him.
What have you learned about yourself through this entire process?
Yeah, just to enjoy it. Like, you face so much adversity in life, and you really can't control it. You just gotta enjoy it. You never want to waste time away. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is enjoy it, and the process is fun and long, and you only go through one. So
Matthew, what are you most looking forward to experiencing Friday night?
I think the biggest thing is just hearing your name called. It's pretty cool, and seeing all your friends' names get called. You play with them growing up. You win tournaments. You play against them. You hit each other. You block their shots. So you remember a lot of memories, and to see a lot of your friends and yourself to go, it's pretty cool. But the work only starts.
What have you learned about James Higgins through this process?
Yeah, I mean, great guy. Obviously, I think not one guy's bad guy. Everyone's super amazing. Everyone's super close. You get to meet each other over the years. I played against him in the U17 or under 18 tournament in Finland. So yeah, there is. I mean, I got to know him. Obviously, I know a lot of the OHL guys better because I got to play against them better. But yeah, he's a great guy.
When did it hit you that, like, you know what, I'm pretty good at this game. I'm pretty good at this. Like, tell me a little bit about your growth in this sport.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing younger, you're playing with your friends, you want to be with them, and then you start playing more and more, and then you're like, maybe this could be, like a full-time job kind of thing, and, maybe I want to go somewhere. It's every kid's dream to play in the NHL, but then it becomes a little bit more real. So, yeah, for me, I don't really think about it too much, but my brother and dad are like, wow, this is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, it's hockey, right? Like, you go out there and play because you love it, and if good things happen, they happen, but you just got to go out there and work hard. But yeah, I mean, nothing's really kicked in too much right now because I don't think about it, like, too much. So I guarantee you tomorrow night, though, it for sure will.
Have a lot of colleges hit you up just for?
Not personally me, maybe my agent, but my goal is to be in the NHL, so yeah, I'll just focus on that this summer.
Matt, what have the folks in Erie meant to you over the last 2 years on and off the ice?
Yeah, they've done so much. Obviously, with all the adversity I've went through, they've had my back through it all. Jim Waters, my owner that passed away, and his wife Sheila Waters, they've done everything for me to succeed. They will do anything for me, and they're great people, and I'd consider them family now. So, yeah, they've done so much. Dave Brown, the GM, so. Yeah, it's been amazing there. I love my time there, and they've set me up for success.
It's quite a list of guys to go one in the O and one in the NHL. What would that mean to you? Be one in the OHL and one in the show.
Well, Connor McDavid won it, and fellow Erie Otter, so he's a great player. So, you look up to him. Be the person he is, be the player he is on and off the ice. He loves winning. So, yeah, to see him go through the organization and get drafted first overall is pretty cool. And a lot of guys. I mean, it'd be an honor. So yeah.
You said that the process coming to this was fun for you, but how did you find fun being scrutinized that much, finding your name in rankings, being judged, being analyzed that much? How did you balance these two realities?
I mean, you don't think about it at the end of the day. Like I said, you enjoy the time. You enjoy the time you get with your friends. I mean, you're with your family. You might not be able to see them as much, and you don't take any day for granted. So honestly, I don't look at the rankings or anything, and that's just all whatever. I mean, tomorrow night, if you're your name called, then I think that's pretty true, right? So yeah, honestly, you just kind of zone it out and just enjoy your time.
You don't look at it at all?
No, I mean you see them pop up, but it's like whatever. Like you want to go just like work harder and harder because it's not said and done till that Friday at the draft. So honestly, it motivates me if anything. But yeah, I honestly just zone it out.
Matt, have you allowed yourself, I know you're busy with hockey, to watch Islander games or just to see how they play or to know something about the team?
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've heard a lot about the team, Bo Horvat, I know really well. So, yeah, I honestly don't watch hockey that much, to be honest. It's, for me, I love, when I'm at the rink, it's all hockey. When I'm away from it, it's, going out for dinner with your teammates, doing a lot of things away from the rink so you can get that, mental refresh, be a kid. So I honestly, I don't watch hockey that much or sports in general. I like playing it more than watching it.
And video games too, I'm sure.
Yeah, like video games, that was more like a COVID thing when like all the guys were at home and like we'd hop on video games. Me and my brother would fight over who's going to play it. So, yeah.
How's your golf game?
Sorry, what game? NHL or Call of Duty probably. Sorry, golf game?
Yeah, how's your golf game?
It can get better. Like, it's all right. I'm working on it. I got new clubs. Got to learn how to hit them. So happy I'm not bringing them to the golf thing today because I don't know where they'd go. Probably in the trees if there's any there or the water. So hopefully I don't lose too many balls today.
You talk about Bo Horvat. Just what it means to be teammates with
Yeah. It'd be awesome. He's with my agency. He's been a great guy. I mean, I've heard so many great things about him, and I heard he's a great leader. So, to have that guy in your corner would be amazing.
Do you anticipate this being one of the most emotional nights of your life?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think my mom's gonna go right into my head when I get picked, because I wish she could be here. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of things that play a part in it, but it's more happy tears than anything.
Do you know, like, obviously a young kid going to a big city, maybe, what your support system's going to be like? Do you plan on living with somebody? You plan on bringing them? Like, have you thought about that?
Yeah, obviously, I think I'll live with someone. I know a lot of people out there. I know my agent knows a lot of players in the past. So yeah, there's a lot of things that come into play. But I think your support system has a big part, and my family's super close. And my dad will be traveling all over, so he's retired. So I'll be going all over, and I know my mom will be right by him. So yeah, your support system's huge, and that's from your family to your agents to your friends, and you got to have that balance where maybe you have a bad day. Call your friends up. You have guys in your corner that will always want you to be the best, and they'll always have your back.
Regardless of which team takes you, how do you convince that organization to keep an 18-year-old defenseman on the roster rather than, get another year in the juniors?
Obviously, if you go to camp, you think you're ready, you obviously talk to them. If they don't think you're ready, I don't think there's much. You don't want to push it, and then you're not ready. I mean, it's obviously a good conversation you have. And if I go into camp and I do really well, and they go, I think you're ready, then obviously that's a conversation you have. But honestly, you just go out there, work as hard as you can. If you're mature enough to be there, I think it's the right decision.
Thanks,
How hard-
guys.